I think everybody should know that Yoel Romero is a real human being. Like that's possible. Like everyone should know. Like when it comes to like what's important about wrestling, Yoel Romero is a real thing. Like that's what happens. This is what you have when you have like the elite of wrestlers you can get in a super athlete body.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. He decides whether you're going down. I mean, if you take him down, it's luck. I mean, he might have been half-assed in the takedown defense because he knows as soon as he gets down, he'll just fucking flip you over and stand back up again. It's just not the same kind of thing. It's like he's just way more athletic than you, way stronger than you.
They need to get Nagano to work out with him.
Dude. Well, Nagano's way too heavy. Unfortunately, you're dealing with 85 versus heavyweight. But at 85...
No, I mean like train.
To train with him?
Yeah.
But still, it's a big guy to train with. He's so good, dude. Is this his highlight reel?
Yeah.
Dude, he's so good. Oof. Like, he's knocked out with stunning accuracy. Luke Rockhold, Chris Weidman. Look at that. Boom, dude. Tim Kennedy. I mean, he's a fucking monster, although the Kennedy fight was marred by controversy. You can never ignore that. He did not come out for the... Oh, look at that left hand. He did not come out for the end of the round, and he was still sitting on his stool. And they had wasted all this time trying to give him more chances to recover.
You have to be afraid of any guy whose shoulders stick up like that.
Dude, he's terrifying.
It's like a king cobra, how it like warns you with its wings.
He's stopping this dude with body strikes.
Oh.
I mean, that is crazy. Who the fuck stops someone with driving elbows to the body? Who the fuck stops somebody with that?
Oh
my God.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that was meat. He made meat out of that. Go back to that. Let me look at that again. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, look, just like it right there. They'll show it. Look, it's got blood all over his elbow. That is a crazy, his whole face is a mess. But that's a crazy amount of force this guy can generate. And that wrestling is just another level, man. Like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
He could do that to anybody.
Yep.
Like he fought Brad Tavares right there, and Brad Tavares is a stud. And it was like they were nowhere near the same weight class, like the way he can handle him. He's just so fucking powerful. And this just shows you what a fucking stud Tim Kennedy is. Tim Kennedy almost had him. The reason why he didn't come out for, I believe it was the third round when he came out late, was because by the end of the second, Tim had him in deep, deep trouble. Tim had caught him with a couple of big punches and staggered him. And so when he went back to his corner, look at that fucking shot that he lands when he knocks him down. Then another one. He just smashed him at the end. The craziest thing about Tim Kennedy is he does all this. And for a big chunk of his career, he was active military and still fighting like that.
Yeah, Yoel Romero is...
Yeah, and here's him just smashing Lyoto Machida. He's terrifying. So he's going to get the next shot at the middleweight title after he just knocked out Luke Rockhold.
I can't believe Whitaker
knocked him. That's the crazy thing, is knocked him out. Like, this is the crazy thing. You're talking about a guy who's like one of the best wrestlers to ever fight in MMA, and he's knocking people out, standing, leaping in and cracking you with punches, hitting you with flying knees, knocking out world champions. I mean, KO'd Chris Weidman with a flying knee. He's on another level, like a real fucking monster athlete. Like, it's a pleasure to get to watch someone who has such fantastic technique and physical attributes all combined. Like, his wrestling technique is just ridiculously good. His timing's ridiculously good. His explosions. It's like, to watch that, I mean, for me, a guy who's been around the sport for a long time, when a guy comes out and then just stands out that hard, you go, whoa, like, this guy is a real outlier physically.
He's going to make such a good pro wrestler in a few years.
Oh, if he does decide to do that, fuck yeah, he would make an amazing one. Like as he gets older, yeah. Look at it. Are they stretching him out here? Yeah, he's super fucking flexible.
Wow.
Dude,
Freak.
he's a product of the Cuban wrestling system. And if you listen to my podcast with Matt Brown, I'm going to plug that one more time because I enjoyed the shit out of it. It was one of the MMA shows I did last week with Matt Brown, and he and I were talking about it, and he's He spent an entire 6 weeks, I believe, in Cuba at one of his training camps, and the way these people live and train, like they are all in, man. They are all in, and there's just a tremendous amount of talent over there, both in boxing and in judo, as well as wrestling, taekwondo. They have a big taekwondo team. Like Cuba doesn't fuck around athletically, man. But it's just to see a guy like that, and you go, wow, like that's and he's 40. Like, what would that guy have been like when he was 30?
Good Lord. He's 40?
He's 40. Yeah, what would he have been better? Would he have been faster? Man. Now, on top of all that, Robert Whittaker still beat him with a blown out knee.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Whittaker is a monster.
That shows you how amazing he is.
Yeah.
He still managed to stuff takedowns with a completely blown out knee.
Crazy.
Yeah. Whittaker is no fucking joke. He's a scary guy. And he's getting better. I think Whittaker's only like 27, right? How old's Robert Whittaker?
That sounds about right.
He's one of the younger guys that's a world champion currently, I believe.
27.
27? Yeah. So he's still growing and learning, man. That guy at 30, I mean, he's a world champion right now. At 30, he's going to be better than he is right now. He's just going to keep getting better.
Another thing is Yoel didn't show any of the signs of pain from the shin injury that he had.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it too, is not letting your opponent know what's hurting you, because I'm sure if Rockhold knew that he hurt his shin more than he hurt his, then he would have kept picking away at it, but he didn't let him know. So it just seemed like he wasn't affecting him with his leg kicks. Meanwhile, Yoel's like, ow.
What is he like?
Ow.
Yeah.
Painful.
Well, he's a super winner. He's what you would call a super winner. I mean, that's really what he is. It's just, if you get these Olympic level athletes that have just been competing their whole lives, they just know how to win. And when he learned how to strike, everybody just, you're fucked. You got this guy. There's only been a few guys that can survive it, that have been able to survive it. But the most impressive one, I mean, shit. This is a real wealth of talent right now.
I was just going to say, it's a very exciting time to be a UFC fan.
It really is,
unbelievable.
Because, like, Robert Whittaker was the first guy is he the first guy to beat Yoel in the UFC? I want to say he is. And I want to say that Yoel lost, like, one of his really early MMA fights to Fejao in Strikeforce. Is that true? Rafael Cavalcante, yeah. In Strikeforce. Barnett versus Sergey Karatanov. So that was, like, way back in the 2011. So, yeah. It was one of his first fights. He lost that fight, and then he lost to Whittaker. So he hadn't lost since that the Fejao fight.
Almost all knockouts.
Yeah, and the only one that has an asterisk right next to it is the Tim Kennedy fight, because there was definitely some fuckery there. Definitely some cheating. They definitely stayed on that stool an extra few seconds. How long did they wind up staying on the stool for extra? I want to guess it was an extra 15 seconds. I think that might be...
what did he do? He just chilled for a bit?
Might have been less than 15. He didn't get up. He sat there.
Yoel did?
The end was round. He was in there. The corner was leaving. He's still sitting on a stool.
They didn't even...
Approximately 30 seconds.
30 seconds. That's a long time.
That's a long
time. I was thinking it was 15. And I was thinking I might have been wrong. It might have been 10.
They didn't even try a trick like the old spill the ice, that classic, which I love so much.
Dude, 30 seconds is a long time for a guy to recover. He could have easily been KO'd. He could have, I mean, who knows? Because he's such a super athlete. He might have been able to rebound, but he might not have too.
Yeah,
we'll never know.
If you're taking 30 seconds, you're taking it because 20 seconds wasn't enough.
Yeah. Well, Well, it would be a minute at that point. There's a minute and then, a 30-second break on top of that. So it was a minute 30 from the time Tim was beating on him till the time the round ends. He goes back to his corner, clearly fucked up, and then he sits on the stool for a long time. It's a 100% of an asterisk. Did you ever say that word right? Asterisk.
Asterisk.
Yeah, it always sounds wrong. It's like when George Bush used to say especially, and he would say especially. You're like, hey, dude.
The Vaseline, does that have anything to do with it? Like there's too much Vaseline on him, and they tried to get the trainer in, and he couldn't understand what they were saying.
Was that what it was too? That's
what this says here. That's what Dana was saying.
Yeah, but he was sitting there. He was sitting there, and they didn't. And Tim Kennedy's standing there. The round's over, and he's got his arms up in the air. He's like, "See if you can play that. Can you play that, or that'll get us kicked off?"
I don't have to find it.
Okay, don't worry about it. Yeah. You don't have to find it. But that's the only one next to his name where you gotta go. Oof. You know that one ain't good.
Can't take a 30-second break.
Yeah, that's not good. And he wound up winning that fight, which is, man, there's a major violation there. That's a giant, like, not being ready for the start of the next round. If the round starts, like, the referee doesn't want to stop the fight. He doesn't want to give it to your opponent because you can't start the round on time. But he's in a terrible situation where he wants the fight to continue, but he also understands that you're taking unfair advantage here by just sitting here while you should be engaging in a contest. There's a specified 1-minute break. You've exceeded your 1-minute break, therefore I must disqualify you. So they're stuck.
Yeah.
They're stuck in no man's land.
And they don't want to be the party pooper
dude.
in-house.
If we could just get Yoel up real quick. Like
yeah.
He's just in the 30 seconds later. He finally, like, what? How? That's a big one, man. I didn't know it was 30 seconds. I really thought it was 15 or less. But take that away, because, that's unfortunate, but shit happens. Take that away, and you're looking at just a freak, the freak of freaks. He's going to come in here.
He is?
With Joey.
Diaz?
Yes.
Wow.
Joey's going to help translate.
Wow.
So if everything's going smooth, or maybe he doesn't understand what I'm saying, he might turn to Joey, and they'll they'll just fucking throw their hands up in the air, kiss each other and shit, and then we'll be back in business.